Welcome everyone to the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show here on WyoToday's YouTube page. Brought to you, of course, by Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton. If you're traveling to Riverton, Fremont County, or anywhere in Wyoming or the U.S., remember to check availability at Hampton Inn & Suites. We have just watched the Lobos Jr. team and the Riverton White Sox take on each other and end in a 5-5 tie. The Lobos were up until the very end. The very last second, the White Sox tied it up 4-4, and that led to one extra inning where they both were able to get one run on the board. So either way, a tie game, 5-5. We are now watching the same Lobos team, maybe a different lineup here as we're about to check it out, take on the Riverton Black Sox. So for those of you that are unaware, the Riverton Babe Ruth baseball community has been kind of MIA since COVID. And Coach Dave Jost, as well as a couple other local coaches, wanted to bring it back because they've been playing travel ball with their Trash Pandas and Dirtbag teams last year and the year before here at the Babe Ruth team. But no Babe Ruth team has filled this field since COVID. So the Black Sox and White Sox splitting up. A couple of these kids playing as Trash Pandas last year. And now the Black Sox in their pinstripe jerseys, gray and black, looking to try and get a victory over the Lobos Jr. team. I got Coach Velarde here filling out the final batting order for the Lobos, and then we'll get right into our Sutherland starting lineup. But first, our Lander Journal Keys to the Game, brought to you, of course, by Lander Journal newspapers. If you want to start or continue your subscription today, head to 421 East Main Street in Riverton, or you can call 307-856-2244. Reminder, there's going to be pictures and recaps from this game as well as other Lobos and Riverton Babe Ruth games all season long. Every week on Wednesday, we do a baseball recap of the weekend, as well as we put a little baseball scoreboard in there, putting the Little League teams, as many as we can, on the scoreboard. We want to keep baseball community in Riverton, Lander, and Fremont County as healthy as possible, and that includes watching some junior Babe Ruth baseball here as the Lobos getting in some last-minute workouts here, Sox meeting up in the dugout. Our keys to the game, just after watching this last game, as well as a couple juniors play at the senior level and practices as well, they're going to have to get a little bit more contact early. They got up early on the White Sox in the last game. They were up 2-0 before going up 2-1. Followed that up with a 5-1 lead that they ended up dropping to 5-4. And that is where the last-minute heroics by the Sox last game came in, make it 5-5 there at the end of 4. I messed up a little bit earlier, but either way, they're going to have to get some contact early and keep that score going up. The Black Sox have had a couple big scoring games this year. Just looking at their game changer, they've had a couple different games where they've been able to score in double digits. So you know it's possible. They're going to be able to get some sort of offense going on their home turf, even though, like I said, this was meant to be in Lander. But the rain over the week has just accumulated on the mound. Hopefully we will have good enough conditions to bring you Lander Lobos Senior Babe Ruth team baseball this weekend. Got some double headers on Saturday, and I only found this out the other day. That double header was meant to be kind of in the backyard of the Lander Brewfest, but I only found out the other day that it is no longer at City Park. It's going to be at the Lander Pioneer Museum Friday night and Saturday. Saturday 2 to 7, we're going to have double header action happening before then, so we'll get you more up to date with those times as well as the scores in the Lander Journal. So the Lander Lobos offense has to get started early. As far as the Black Sox go, they don't want to take they don't want to take advantage here of the home field that they're on with this cloudage here. They want to get out early as well, but their main thing, they're going to have to stop some good pitching that the Lobos have had all season long. I don't know who they're putting on the mound first. We're about to get the starting lineups, but the Black Sox, they can score in bunches, and Lander needs to know that and not take them as seriously as they can, as the Black Sox definitely have a size advantage. Only a couple players really match up size-wise on the Lobos Jr. team. This Black Sox team much bigger than the White Sox team. See what they can do. That is our Lander Journal Keys to the Game. Reminder, if you want to start or continue your subscription today for the Lander Journal, the Ranger, or Wind River News, go to 421 East Main Street in Riverton. So I'm going to take one quick break here, get the starting lineups, and we'll be right back on WyoToday's YouTube page.
State. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Welcome back to the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show. We're going to get right into our Sutherland starting lineup for the home team, Riverton Black Sox. We're just going to go right down the batting order. The catcher, Anderson, Basin Anderson. Second baseman, Hilliard. That is Mason Hilliard. Then at first base, we have Jenkins. And Jenkins, that's Brevin Jenkins. No, that's, Brevin Jenkins. The numbers are different on their game changer. Pitching is going to be Coleman. That's Brenner Coleman. And then at third base is going to be LeBrun. That's Aiden LeBrun. And sitting out in center field is going to be Miles Holiday Rico. Shortstop is going to be Mowry. That's Doug Mowry. And then left fielder is going to be John Rio Nation. And finally, at the end, the right fielder going to be closing out the lineup. That is Adrian McMenemy. I hope I'm saying that right. Then for the Lander Lobos Jr. team, batting first, and their numbers are so dim here, I'm not even going to give you a position. Galino Velarde and Aiden. Let's get these names up here first. Hold on one second, folks. I apologize here. Aiden Boyle going to be batting second. Cyrus Fouts in third. Billy Velarde at fourth. Tayton Bowstring. Henry Quivers. Darian Herford. Noah. As we're getting right into it, my apologies. Noah, Colton, and Charles are how we end that there. I appreciate that. We're going to say thank you to Sutherland's, your home improvement store for anything wood, hammer, nails, anything in between. Be sure to visit Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. Right off the bat, no pun intended, was a hit by pitch, and that means that Lander's going to start off on first base. Now Boyle watches that ball go high, and Velarde going to go all the way to second as the catcher gets to the ball a little late there, Anderson. And Anderson returns to his position at catcher. Aiden Boyle, straight-legged in the batter's box, looking at a 1-0 pitch. Swings on that one a little late, and strike one. Velarde smartly stays at second. Reminder, this game brought to you, of course, by all of our sponsors, but it would not be possible without sponsors like WyoToday. That's that Buckle Up for Life down there, bringing you the Click It or Ticket postgame show, but also helping keep everyone safe on the roads. 1-2 pitch incoming here, and that one low. Boyle could have warned that, and it would have probably hit him in the helmet, though, so glad that he ducked. So 2-2 ball from Coleman. Brenner Coleman looks at one way, and then he gets contact. Boyle does. Right back to Coleman with a nice catch in the air to get out number one. A well-placed pitch. Gets some contact, but not enough to go past the mound. Cyrus Fouts walking up to Barbie Girl, which apparently is not going to be in the Barbie movie, so that is just downright horrendous. That ball low and away, ball one. Fouts, the catcher. Cyrus Fouts, son of Coach Jared Fouts over there on first base. Fouts swings high, and the ball going to go to third base. He's going to get there in time. Velarde did not run as fast as it looks like he probably could have. I think he kind of stopped in the middle and determined whether or not to keep running, and he was looking right at his dad at third base, and Dad tells him, could have ran back. Galeno out at third, and that means that Cyrus Fouts is now looking at a 1-1 pitch with 2 outs on the board. I was just mentioning Coach Jared Fouts. He is a big softball guy in this community. Is that ball high and over the head of Fouts? If there's ever a softball game in Lander or Riverton, you can almost guarantee Jared Fouts has been there the last few years. Cyrus, his favorite movie is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I wonder if he's seen the second one there as he watched that ball go low. And that will be strike 2. I thought that was strike 3. We're at 2-2-2. Deuce is Wild on the board. Ball 2, strike 2, strike 3 right there. Dropped, though, and now we're going to get the pick off at first. He drops the ball, and Fouts will reach on an error. A drop strike 3 leads to a dropped pass at first, and that player at first is Jenkins. Brevin Jenkins could not get a full glove on it. So, with 2 outs on the board, Fouts is at first. Will Velarde up to bat here. Velarde had a good play at second in the last game. Velarde watches that one go high and away for ball 1. Velarde also went 1 for 1 and reached on a walk as well in the last game. And Velarde swings at a high ball there. Kind of pulled his shoulder. He looked like he's joking around with coaches about what he meant to do. And Velarde now looking at a 1-2 pitch. 2 outs on the board and strike 3, outside corner. So the Lobos, unlike the last game, will finish the first inning still tied 0-0 as we head into the bottom of the first. Black Sox up to bat.
For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
Welcome back. Yeah? Welcome back to the Riverton Babe Ruth baseball field as we are about to watch the Black Sox up to bat for the first time, and it looks like number 14 will be pitching. That's Henry Quiver. I believe Henry Quiver Williamson is the full name. We got a full press box up here now. Coach Fout's going to take some practices here while he waits for his son to get into his catching uniform here. So we have not seen Williamson. I'm going to keep calling him Quiver because that's his name here in the book that I have. Quiver Williamson. Haven't seen him pitch yet. We'll see if we have any stats on him, but at the moment, we're going to see a different pitcher than we saw at all last game. We had a couple different ones, and we're going to see what he has to do. It looks like we're going to get Taden Bowstring on third, Will Velarde at shortstop, Galeno Velarde at second base, and Aiden Boyle at first. Then out in third, out in left, I can't get a number. Center field, though, got to get some numbers here, people. Right field is Irvine. That's Nate Irvine. Center field is 35. That's Darian Herford. And then left field is number 5. Number 5 is in left field, for those of you. Yes, we're getting all the game changers set up here. Irvine is in right. Number 5 is in left, and there is not a number 5. That might be Colton Nielsen. Might be. I know Miss Reese is listening right now, so if you know who number 5 is on the junior team, I don't have it on my scorecard here. Left field.
Do you know who's center field?
Making sure we get all the right numbers here for game changer. Left field is Nielsen. Nielsen, the only one without a number on game changer, so we just got to make sure. Thank you, Miss Reese. I appreciate you watching. So up to bat first is going to be Anderson.
Up to bat, number 99, Basin.
Basin Anderson, spelled B-A-S-Y-N. It's an interesting way to spell it, but he gets up in the batter's box, right-handed batter. Going to be looking at Quiver's first pitch, and it's low and away, ball 1. Cyrus Fouts has to run back and catch up to it. A lot of those practice pitches heading right low, but definitely down in the middle. 1-0 count now for Henry, whose favorite movie is Fast and Furious 1. Very surprising out of someone that's 13 years old and has probably seen the other 12 Fast and Furious movies more often. But Fast and Furious 1, if you watch that nowadays, that's a culture shock. They were stealing VCRs in that movie. Strike 1 after throwing a ball, that one low and away. Nice catching the outside corner there. Henry saying he's looking forward to winning, making friends, and having a good time this year. Looks like he's definitely having a good time today. That one low and away again, ball 3. Fouts has to again corral it back here by the fence. Now he has to fix his knee pad. Anderson hovering over the plate, a little inside on that batter's box as he watches the 3-1 pitch. Right down the middle and fouled back. Fouts takes off the helmet in a panic looking up, but it hit the fence right behind us. Fouts has to push all that hair back with the catcher's mask. And he swings on a low ball, and it goes foul. Bounces right over the line. As Coach Carey and Coach Fouts kind of working on some pitching stances over here in the dugout. Henry with a full count now. 3-2 pitch goes high and fouled over the head of the dugout to the right here. Lander had to hold their heads. So far, Henry has thrown 7 pitches, 3 of them being foul balls. That one also fouled, tipped back. Fouts does a great job of just throwing that catcher's mask just right off and looking right up. Very good awareness, but they've been going low and behind him. Again, a full count. And that one he gets good contact on. Past second base. Yeah, Velarde tried to put a hand out, and it goes right past his outstretched glove for a single. And after all that, Anderson reaches first.
Up to bat, number 9, Mason.
Now up. Number 9, Mason. Trying to get music getting louder here. It's not working. And Mason fouled it right in front of us. If that fence wasn't there, that would have hit us right smack dab in the nose. Anderson tried to run for second, but after the foul has to run back to first. So Mason Hilliard looking at an 0-1 pitch to begin this at-bat here. Oh. Anderson is sprinting towards second. Fouts saw it ahead of time, see if he can get him, and he can't. Velarde drops the ball, and it goes towards right field. Now he's going to run to third. Anderson is going to get there, and it's going to get past Bowstring, and third base coach for Riverton says stay there as Taden Bowstring ran and got it. Just right off the glove of Velarde. And I could not tell which Velarde it was, but it went off the glove. It looks like that was off of Will Velarde and towards right field. An 0-2 pitch, though, incoming. That one high and outside, ball 1. Mason Hilliard. See what he did in the last game here. He wasn't in the last game. I apologize. That was only the White Sox as that ball goes over the head of Fouts, and it leads to a run. Anderson gets there in a hurry, and Hilliard makes it to first. So right off the bat, again, pun intended, 1-0. Black Sox doing what the Lobos did in the last game, getting on the board in the first inning and getting on the board early. That was part of our keys to the game. Both teams can get out to a heavy lead early. That one swung on for strike 1 by Brevin. That one a little low and away as Brevin Jenkins watched that one. Ball 1, and now that's going to put runners on second. Fouts doing a good job getting that arm loose today. He's got a couple long throws already in his bag. Not to mention the last game where he played catcher. So 1-1 pitch. Swung on right towards second base, and here's Velarde going to barehand it. Barely gets it in his hand, and then it goes past first base, and that means that they're going to go to third and see if they can get him off at second. Galeno can't catch the ball, and it goes past him, and now runner will cross home, and it will be 2-0 right quick there. Mason Hilliard got from first all the way to home off of 2 aired throws, one from Velarde to first, and one from Boyle at first, back towards Velarde. Brevin Jenkins. I'm sorry, that's Brenner.
Up to bat, number 26.
Brenner Coleman. As Brevin Jenkins is on second now. Brenner going to bunt, and he gets the bunt right there. Fouts throws the helmet off, and he throws to first, and it's a little late. Safe at first. So this 2-0 game getting out of hand here for Henry Quiver. His favorite food is red Takis. I don't know how you say that. I don't eat those. Do you eat those? I don't eat those at all. When I worked at Target, those sold out, the red and the blue ones. I don't know if there's other flavors. That ball low and away. Cyrus Fouts able to put a glove on it, though, and get it back. Aiden LeBrun looking at a 1-0 pitch, now a 2-0 pitch. Henry, high ball there. Good job by Fouts to jump up and catch that. And these gray skies don't look friendly, but so far, knock on wood, nothing really happening. Quivers with the 3-0 pitch, and it goes behind LeBrun, and there's lightning right there. I don't think the up saw it. And we're going to get what looks like a pitching change here. We'll see as Connor Carey, the champion from last year, Coach Ryan Carey's son, helping out after school year ended. And he's just going to stay on the mound and kind of talk to his boys. We'll be right back after this.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome back. We are not going to get a pitching change, which would have been brought to you, of course, by CWC. Instead, Coach Carey just helping him out with his arm movement and his positioning. I think he was telling him his leg might be going up a little high. I really don't know. But bases are loaded, 0 outs on the board, and the ball goes right to third base. Bowstring, instead of tagging third, he drops the ball, and that's going to let a run go through. And you could see all of the Lobos coming in on the infield expecting a short hit. That's exactly what they got, but Bowstring could not glove the ball. 3-0. And this is John Rio, Holiday. I'm sorry, this is Doug Mowry. That was John Holiday, Rico. Doug Mowry, son of Jared Mowry, as that one goes right down the baseline towards third base. Bowstring gets the out at first. He might have been able to tag third and then maybe get the out, but instead, Black Sox get on the board again. Coleman comes home. LeBrun is now on third, and runner on second. And I'm sorry, now this is John Rio Nation. Getting some names mixed up here with the Black Sox. This is our first Black Sox game calling. I've been to a couple. That one inside, right past the chest. Ball one. So 1 out on the board, a 1-0 count incoming now for Nation. And he swings on a low ball. Gets past Fouts, though. Is he going to be able to throw it to home in time? He just does a little pitch, kind of a forward pitch that you might see in football, and it doesn't get there in time. So a quick 5-0 lead for the Black Sox. Just over 25 pitches so far for Henry Quiver Williamson. His favorite class in high school is science. Him and I do not agree there. That ball went way outside, and the throw was close. Henry got there and stepped on the plate just as Holiday Rico got there. And that meant that the Black Sox got the benefit there, 6-0 now. So no more runners on base. And that one swung on by John Rio Nation. Makes it a 1-2 pitch now. Henry can get the second out of the inning right here with a well-placed pitch. Nation watches that one go way outside. 2-2 coming. Nation with feet right on the inside of the batter's box. That one will be a strike on the outside. Well done there, well placed by Henry Quiver Williamson to get that second out. Now upcoming is McMenemy. Did I say that correctly? McMenemy, there we go.
Up to bat, number 15, Adrian.
Adrian McMenemy swings on a first pitch, and that is not Adrian McMenemy. And Adrian McMenemy swings at that one too. Strike two. An 0-2 pitch as McMenemy gets the call from his third base coach. We have a little bit of confusion on the name, but we're just going to watch this pitch go out there. So it's going to be 1-2 pitch here from Henry Quiver. We've got issues up here. We're getting walk-up music 4 pitches in. It's going to be a 2-2 pitch here. And that one going to make it a 3-2 pitch as it is way high, and this is actually John Rio Nation. Full count, run no matter what, is what the coach at third base is telling Nation. Black Sox. Oh, and strike 3. Nation stepped backwards like 2 feet, and I think he was expecting that one to break inside or maybe try and fool the ump, but it doesn't. And the Black Sox will head into the second inning up 6-0. We'll be right back after this.
From the field to the court to the pool and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Welcome back. It's the top of the second inning, and the Lander Lobos Jr. team is looking up at a 6-0 deficit. And up first is going to be Taden Bowstring, the third baseman. Brenner Coleman only at 14 pitches. He was only had to face 4 batters in the first inning there, as Coach Velarde takes his position over at third base. Coach Fouts over at first.
Up to bat, number 44, Taden.
Taden Bowstring with the lights fully going now at the Riverton Babe Ruth baseball field. Watches that and swings at a lower ball. Strike one. Brenner Coleman put that right on the bat. And Coach Carey says you're a lot early, not even a little early. Taden Bowstring, straight-legged stance here. Watches that go way outside, ball one. 1-1 pitch. That one low and away, strike two. And this umpire, Zach Rochoff, has called a lot of those today. Low and outside, or just in general a little bit outside, has been kind of a wider strike zone. And that one hits Bowstring right in the back. He's going to take the base as his team cheers him on. Everyone likes when their teammates wear it. That's what they like to say. So up next is the pitcher, Henry Quiver Williamson.
Up to bat, number 14, Henry.
Again, favorite movie, Fast and Furious 1. I wouldn't think anyone at age 13 has seen that one. And the umpire and the catcher, Anderson, talking with each other before Quiver. Henry comes up here. And he's going to go straight for the bunt. It goes off the ball. Coach Carey saying, don't bunt if it's going to be a ball. That instead turns into a foul strike. Henry getting all sorts of jokes. Sorry, bud. Yeah. Henry watches as the ball goes over the head of the first baseman. Bowstring going to try and run to second, and he's going to get there easily. And again, gets cheered on from his teammates. Henry still working with an 0-1 pitch after that failed attempt at a bunt. And that one low and way outside, ball one. 1-1 pitch going to be coming here shortly. Bowstring takes a little bit of a lead at second. And Henry swings at that one a little bit outside. He points at Coach Carey and says, now I swing at that, and he goes outside. All fun and games on the sideline here, even if they're down 6-0. Henry, 1-2 pitch, and he doesn't swing at that, nor does he bunt, but it is low and outside, strike three. Out number two. Now coming up is 35, Darian Herford. He likes to listen to Baby Keem when he's practicing and working out. And he might be one of the only left-handed batters that we'll see from the Lobos or the Sox this year. Not very many of those. Herford, the center fielder, and he watches that one go low and outside, and he kind of took a step back. I don't know what he was afraid of there, but that's going to be strike one. Herford awaits this pitch, and it finally comes, and it comes high and outside, ball one. Herford did specify which kind of Domino's pizza is his favorite. He said it's pepperoni. And that should be most kids, if I'm not mistaken. Hereford looking at all ones on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Now make that 2 strikes as he swings on a low ball. Well placed by Brenner Coleman. Favorite movie, he says, is Creed 3. That only came out a couple months ago. And Hereford watches that one go right down the middle, strike 3. And that is out number 2. So after being hit by the pitch and going to first, Bowstring still the only Lander Lobo out there. And number 5 up to bat here. And he watches that one go way outside. That's Colton Nielsen that is up to bat, not Noah. That's Colton Nielsen. Nielsen watches that one go way outside, and then the ball goes past the pitcher. Taden Bowstring does not move from second base. Smart move there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for Nielsen, the left fielder. Oh, and that one goes over the head. Oh, well, that is Noah Irvine then. Maybe they switched numbers. We'll figure it out. That's strike 2, though. So Deuce is Wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, I see lightning out in the distance. Umpire does not. We're going to go ahead and say this is Noah Irvine wearing number 5. And that one goes left right towards third base. Third baseman keeps it, throws it, and it goes way past first base. And that means that Bowstring could try and run home. And Coach Velarde tells him to. This is going to be a play at the plate. He gets there. Now Irvine runs to second, and the ball gets dropped by the second baseman and out into center field. Mistakes galore lead to the first run for the Lobos. So now number 9 comes up. Number 9 up to bat, and he watches that outside strike. That's where that sweet spot has been for this ump, right there on the outside corner. 6-1 game now. What a play by Bowstring to run all the way from second. Then a kind of a weak swing at a low ball leads to strike 2. Now with 2 outs, he swings on that one. It goes over the head of the first baseman. No one's at first to pick him up. And look at this. Noah's going to run all the way home from second as well. And now we're going to get another throw to second. And now we're going to be caught in between first and second. And number 9 benefits from an overthrow to first. And just like that, it's 6-2. So Nielsen, Colton Nielsen gets to first on a nice dinger up over the head of the first baseman. Now coming up to bat, Charles Watt, number 48, 13 years old, and he towers over the umpire. It's just in the food these days. Charles Watt doesn't have any info in our program. We'll get that changed before our next game. Charles Watt in the batter's box. Kind of a secluded stance there. He kind of hides the bat behind his chest here. He watches that ball just go strike one. Kind of rests that bat on his shoulder blades. Swings at that one just a little bit high on top of it, and it's going to be strike two. Nielsen now working with a smaller leadoff at first. As I was saying that, he was going big. Now he's going big again. That one high over the head, and that means he's going to be able to run to second. They're still going to try and throw it. No, he just throws it back to the pitcher there. So Nielsen at second. This 6-2 game has gotten very interesting. A couple errors have led to the Lobos getting some runs on the board, and strike three way outside. That'll do it for the top of the second. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second right after this.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is...
And yes, when there is ice and snow, take it slow. But right now we're dealing with some beautiful weather, and the wind is blowing a nice warm breeze across the field. I think everyone's paying attention out in left field, though. There is some lightning, and it's kind of consistent, too. 1, 2, 3, and finally, nope, still not noticing it. It's all good. We're going to keep playing here. 6-2. Bottom of the second, Lobos are going to be trying to pitch their way out of this and get back into the batter's box. Meanwhile, the Black Sox looking to just enjoy this lead and expand upon it. And we're just getting some final warm-up pitches here from Henry Quiver Williamson. I can't tell the number on who's going to bat. It's number 42 coming up here. As we're having a conversation about the numbers for Lander, Adrian McMenemy is up to bat, it looks like. McMenemy earlier in that big first inning. And McMenemy looking at an 0-1 pitch here. And that one teed up backwards. That ball goes right at the ankles of McMenemy, and he gets hit by the pitch. So he's going to take his base. Just trying to figure out all the different names here. There's names and different numbers for Riverton as well. So we're just making sure. If you read Game Changer, it's not going to look correct, as McMenemy did not bat at the end of the last one. That was John Rio. So now after McMenemy is up, it's going to be Anderson, the top of the rotation, back in the batter's box, and he watches that one go high and over his head. Ball 1. McMenemy at first has not a very long lead, and that ball goes way outside. Ball 2 here. Henry Quiver Williamson trying to get an out on the board early and impose some will. That one doesn't work. It goes into the dirt. McMenemy's going to take second. He's going to round all the way to third. He's sprinting towards third. Fouts throws, and it's a little bit away from the bag. Oh, they try to tag him out, but he stays on the bag. Well done by Taden to keep the ball. Ball 3 here incoming for Brenner Anderson. It's Brenner, right? Basin. Sorry, Basin Anderson. Brenner is the other BA name there. And Basin watches that one go ball 4. He's going to take his base. He doesn't have to sprint there, but he will anyway.
Up to bat, Mason.
Mason, with his team up 4, takes a first swing at a pitch, and it goes off the first baseman and foul. Sometimes it depends on the ump. If it hits the first baseman and goes foul, typically stays fair. It looked like it was bouncing fair before it hit Aiden Boyle. But either way, Mason Hilliard going to be looking at an 0-1 pitch. That one makes it 1-1 pitch, goes into the dirt, and Anderson going to run to second. He thought maybe his teammate was going to go to third. 1-1 pitch now. Lander trying to get an out on the board. And the Black Sox just trying to up their lead. Is that one a slow, high ball? Very slow and dropped high. And I cannot believe the umpire has not seen any of these lightning bolts. No thunder, though. Maybe that's why we're not noticing, as that ball is outside and high. Ball 3. Thunderless lightning has arrived in Riverton. And this ball goes right at the back of Mason Hilliard, and he took that one right in the middle of the spine. And we're going to have a meetup at the mound. And Brevin is the one I was thinking of earlier. Brevin is up to bat next. And I think Coach Carey might be taking Henry off the mound. We'll see here. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second after this.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back, and it will be a pitching change brought to you by Central Wyoming College. Reminders, if you if you want to learn more about CWC's 4-year and 2-year degree programs, as well as how you can earn those degrees from the comfort of your own home, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. It's going to be Taden Bowstring on the mound, and we have not seen where everyone else is going to end up, but at the moment we do have Taden Bowstring warming up on the mound. So we're going to let him warm up. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. I'm going to go to the downstairs and see what's happening. Be right back.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Welcome back after those warm-up pitches. Bowstring threw a heater right down the middle and low towards Brevin Jenkins for strike one. Bases loaded. Jenkins puts contact on the ball, goes right to Will Velarde, and it bounces below his glove. And he can't get to it, and that's 1 run scored. And that's 2 runs scored. And it's going to go back to Will. Runners on first and second as we get some burp noises up in here. A deer grunt. Even better. It sounds like a burp, more than a deer.
Up to bat, number 26, Brenner Basin.
This one is Brenner. I think I said Brenner earlier when it was Basin. So 8-2, and a swing on the first strike, high and outside. Brenner reaching for the fences there. Brenner Coleman now going to be looking at an 0-1 pitch. Still no outs in this second inning. Swung on that one way high. Goes past Fouts, goes past ump. And runner's going to move to scoring positions on second and third. And that was, much like in the last game, it looked like if you wanted to hit it, you'd have to like axe chop it down. As we approach 9 o'clock. This game was originally set for 7:30, but the last game went into extra innings. 0-2 pitch, and that one's high, and then it breaks down and drops into the strike zone, strike 3. So Coleman becomes Taden Bowstring's first strikeout of the night. Now coming up is number 3, Aiden LeBrun, and LeBrun gets contact on the handle of the bat, and it goes backwards, foul ball, strike 1. Coach Carey comes out and get it. That ball, again, high, didn't drop any further. Bowstring has to run up to home, and he's not going to get there in time. So another run scored as Hilliard ran home, and Jenkins ran to third. LeBrun still in the batter's box. He's looking at single digits all the way across. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And he almost wore that one low, and this time again he has to run back home. He might get him this time. He does. And that's going to be an out. Good work by Bowstring. Didn't get it the first time, but hey, they say second time's a charm, so. LeBrun now going to be looking at a 2-1 pitch with 2 outs on the board. little different feeling here in the batter's box. No one on base. That one goes between the legs of everybody, and again, Fouts with no one on base. Good effort, and he treats every ball that goes behind him like it's going to be the last ball of the game. Throws that mask down and sprints backwards. Ball 3, so 3-1. That one a high ball, and it drops into that strike zone. That seems to be Taden Bowstring's specialty. A slow roller down into the strike zone. It looks way high from the release, and then it drops. So a full count now with 2 outs. He's going to run no matter what, and right there, low and outside, strike 3. That will do it for the second inning. We'll be right back with the top of the third. Lander needs to do some damage to get back in this game.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning incoming here. We had a switch up at first for the Sox. So what happened at first? Okay, so Asher Kinsler coming in for first, replacing Jenkins. Now it's going to be Galeno Velarde, the second baseman. He was pitching in the last game. Ooh! And he ducked, but it hit the top of the bat and bounces right into the umpire's mask. And that will be foul ball. Boy, that is probably the unluckiest bounce you can get. No, it hit his bat. It hit the bat, and then it hit the umpire's mask. And so that's a foul, even though he was ducking to avoid it and get the ball. 0-1 pitch now. You don't see those very often, and that one's way outside, ball 1. Velarde is definitely a power hitter. He wants to hit as hard as he can. Leads to some strikeouts, but it leads to a lot of dingers as well. Swings hard at that one and is a little bit inside. The ball was outside, so strike 2. 1-2 pitch, as the lights are the only thing keeping us here on the field. It is getting dark out, and that one strike 3 as he watches it go right down the middle. Velarde, one batter up, one batter down for the Riverton Black Sox. Now coming up is 76, Aiden Boyle.
Up to bat, number 76,
Aiden pitched in the last game, but he's been playing first, and he's been playing it pretty well all night long. Watches that one go right down the middle, though. A little changeup gets into the middle of the box. And Coach Fout's going to go talk to Coach Velarde. Was told we will not end this game unless there is a lightning alert sent to everyone's phones. So let's everyone keep their phones on. Coach Jost over there was watching the White Sox take up plenty of time today against this same junior team. Boyle watches that one go down the middle, but a little high, and that one is ball 1. So singles on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Lobos down by 7, 9-2 after an explosion at the bats. 6 runs in the first, 3 in the second for the Black Sox. That ball low and away, ball 2. Boyle and the rest of the Lander team trying to get at least on base in this inning. Try and eat back at this lead, and that one again low and outside, but strike 2. That seems to be this umpire's hitch there that he seems to like, is right there on the low outside. That one, strike 3, it was a little inside, and Boyle can't believe it. He turns around, a little angry. That one was right over the white line of the batter's box for right-handers. Now up to bat, number 38. As John watches that first ball go low, and ball 1, and that one over his head, ball 2. It's John Adams. John Adams, the first baseman from the last game. That was originally replaced by Taden Bowstring after that collision. That was the collision earlier that knocked him out of there. So John Adams looking at a 2-0 pitch. Make that a 2-1 as that one just finds the high outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Lander down by 7, 9-2 as this pitch goes in low, strike 2. Now we got Deuces Wild up on the board. Brenner Coleman been doing well on the mound, and strike 3 does well there again as 1, 2, 3 batters go down in order for the Lobos. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd right after this.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now. A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com. Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
Welcome back. It's still Bowstring on the mound to start this bottom of the third. Got some funky cold Medina. Probably will get this video taken down at some point, but we do not own or copyright any of this copyrighted music. More lightning out in the distance. Not close enough to pose any danger so far, knock on wood. Oh, that ball goes past Bowstring's mitt and kind of hits him right in the chin. This isn't Funky Cole Medina, this is Wild Thing. They have the same beat, if you think about it. The exact same thing. So after the warm-up pitches are finally over, Bowstring looking to go 1-2-3 like the Lobos did and just try and get everybody out in order. Up next is number 10. Still trying to figure that out really fast. Number 10 is Holiday Rico. That's Miles Holiday Rico. And we're still waiting on the high fives here at the mound. Now that we get them. Miles Holiday Rico. And he has to dive out of the way. Ball one, as that one goes right where his chest would have been. He has to fall backwards. So 1-0 game, or 1-0 pitch coming. It's actually a 9-2 game. That one low and in the dirt. And the ball back to Bowstring, bounces out of his glove, back onto the mound here. Coach Jost at first, kind of joking around with Carey. And that one swung on by Holiday Rico, goes about 5 feet. Fouts doesn't know where he's at, and the ball has to be thrown by Bowstring, and it goes wide of the first baseman. So Fouts was just unaware of where he was in that situation. He was looking around the ground. Doug Mowry now up to bat for the Black Sox. And that throw to first is going to not get an out. Thank you. Sorry about that. The door here at Riverton Babe Ruth Baseball Club could use an upgrade. It's good if you're surviving a nuclear war, but other than that, it's just a rough door to use. And that ball goes way outside. Bowstring can't get it anywhere near the box, and that's going to lead to Holiday Rico going to second base there. They're telling Fouts his helmet doesn't have to be flung off every time the ball goes away, but he's still doing it, and that ball goes way outside out the back. Doug Mowry just sitting there watching as his teammate Holiday Rico runs now to third. So back-to-back balls thrown way outside the box lead to a runner in scoring position on third. That would get the Black Sox to double digits. 2 balls, now 3 balls, no strikes. Everyone watches as Holiday Rico kind of thought about it. Doug now getting a call from his third base coach. 3-0 pitch incoming, and it goes way high. It goes off the helmet of the umpire. Fouts has to go back and get it, and throws it low and hits the dirt hard. It doesn't get there in time. Makes it a 10-2 game right now. And so now double digits. Number 1 is Sean Perry, according to their Babe Ruth.
Up to bat, number 1, Shawn.
Sean Perry, another right-handed batter. Maybe I should just sit over there by the door. Strike 1, a little low outside, and Perry now facing an 0-1 count. Runner on first. And that one goes off of the catcher, who is no longer Fouts. I didn't see. Did you guys see they changed out the catcher? No problem. No, number 14. That's Henry Quiver. He was the pitcher at the beginning of the game. I guess I didn't realize when they put him in the catcher. Has he been the catcher this whole inning? Okay. My bad. It's Henry Quiver at catcher. I didn't see Fouts move anywhere. I think Fouts is just out. So Quiver is now in at catcher. Runner at second after that ball went awry, and now it's 2-1. Make it 2-2 for Taden Bowstring. Bowstring doesn't even look back at second base where there's a big leadoff. Instead, he throws a little outside. It's going to be a full count. Mowry is on second. And that one a little high. It's going to be ball 4. Bowstring had an opportunity and instead threw it right over the head. And Coach Carey going to head out to the mound. After this meeting at the mound, I think we'll get a new batter here. John Rio looks to be warming up. And they're not taking the ball out of his hands. He's okay. As long as he doesn't tug on this cord, I think we're okay. And if you can see it on the camera, we're just getting little flashes here. Seem to be way beyond the pines there. It's a good movie for any of you that haven't seen it, Beyond the Pines. Place Beyond the Pines. That's a good movie. We're going to let them talk this out on the mound. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors right after this.
Some say healthcare is a calling. Taking care of others. It's who we are. It's what we do. And what we love. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been here. For the expected and the unexpected moments in life. As one of the region's largest employers, we're investing in our communities through donated services and charitable contributions. We're investing in our people, technologies, and facilities, so better care is more convenient and available to everyone, right here, close to you and the things that matter most. From maternity through maturity, from pediatrics to primary care, we're making a difference by improving life and health in our communities we love. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
I'll let you in a second here. So, back after the meeting at the mound, Bowstring threw a ball that got tipped off and fouled. Now he throws a ball there, 1-1. And that one going to be strike 2 as John Rio Nation. Am I saying that right? John Rio? It looks like one word. I think it's 2 words, but who knows? John Rio Nation watches that ball curve inside, and it's going to be 2-2. Two and 2 pitch, make it 3-2. It's going to be a full count here for Taden Bowstring. Now he throws that one, and it's inside, and it goes past everyone, and it's going to lead to bases loaded here. The Lobos desperately need to get out of this inning without any more runs. It's 10-2 in the bottom of the third. We're approaching 9:30, and it is getting dark here. If Lobos want to get away with this night not ending in a tie and a loss, they're going to have to do some damage here. Right there, way outside, but called a strike. Must have crossed the plate a little bit differently than it looks up here. And that one again, low and outside, strike two. See if Bowstring can replicate that one, as all of the infield has moved in about 2 or 3 feet. And the last time that they did this with McMenemy, it went right past the hands of third base, and there's a swing, strike three. Playing with some buttons up here.
Up to bat, number 99, Basin.
So now back to Basin. Basin working with bases loaded. 1 out on the board. He takes a swing at the first pitch, and it goes right past first base, and it gets dropped by the second baseman. I don't know why he didn't try and go himself. The throw to home is no good. It goes beyond the catcher, and now we're going to have runners. The bases are still going to be loaded. I thought they could have ran 2 in. Instead, they stick with 1. And now Bowstring stuck in an even worse predicament. Scary hours here for the Lander Lobos. The throw and another first pitch swing goes right to first base. This time he tags. He could throw home. Instead, he waits. If he had thrown home that extra 2 seconds earlier, he might have gotten him, but instead a run is scored, and now the Black Sox are up by 10 on the Lobos Jr. team. Nope, that's not what I meant to hit. That's what I meant to hit. Scary hours. Another first pitch swing, and it goes between the gap on the left side of the infield. And the ball goes to second base, and now it's going to go home. It's going to go almost over the head of home, and instead it's going to be another play at the plate. Just like that, 2-run score. Only runner left is going to be Mason Hilliard on second. Creed, do you play baseball? Yeah. Creed, how old are you?
6.
6 years old. What team do you play for?
M&M's.
The what?
M&M's.
The M&M's? Is that the Little League team here?
It's Coach Pitch.
Okay. Do you like Coach Pitch?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Do you want to be a big Black Sox or a White Sox when you get older?
A Black Sox.
Yeah? Did you ever think about being a trash panda?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that what you want to do? We got a 6-year-old here that might be a future trash panda. We'll see. That first pitch was a ball. That one was a slow pitch, and it gets hit right into the right kneecap of number 5. And now, ball low and away, as that number 5 is Paxton, but I don't know. Is that Paxton? Paxton Stevens was not on our score sheet as a number, so he is in as a relief hitter somewhere. That one ball goes out and low again. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. If Bowstring can just get out of this inning, I'm sure he'd be happy. And right there is going to do it. Strike 3. No, that's strike 2. I apologize. 3, 2, and 2. I thought that was a full count here. There's something different on the scoreboard than there is on the here. And there you go, ball 4. Spoke too soon. I hope I didn't jinx it, as Bowstring had a good pitch before that to get the second strike. Ends up walking, and now there's going to be runners on the corner. LeBrun back up in the batter's box. And that ball going to be outside, and they're going to throw. Henry tries to get it to second, and it gets dropped by the second baseman as the runner comes home, makes it a 15-2 lead. It's a big score, isn't it, Creed?
Yep.
Creed, I hope you know we're not paying you to be broadcasting. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Now, Bowstring with the 1-0 pitch. It goes up off the glove of Henry Quiver, and he's not going to get to third base in time. Smart job by Bowstring to run towards home just in case, but Quiver gets it off in time. 2 balls, 0 strikes. Again, 2 outs. Bowstring just needs to get this one into the strike zone here against LeBrun, and they're that much closer to getting out of this inning. Ooh, that one won't help. It goes over the head of LeBrun, and Stevens will not run home with it. Good job by Henry to run at it, though. Cyrus Fouts was doing a good job doing that as well. He hasn't had to do it, though, since Henry Quiver came in at the top of this inning. So far, the Black Sox have just been pouring it on. 6 runs in the first, 6 runs in the third, 3 runs in between. That ball is out and away, ball 4. They're just going to take the base as Bowstring ran home. Now Miles back up in the batter's box here for the Black Sox. I think they've gone through their rotation almost twice now in this inning. Miles Holiday Rico, just once now. Miles Holiday Rico was our first batter of this inning. That was 6 runs ago. As it looks like now we will probably get a pitching change. And we are. This pitching change brought to you by Central Wyoming College. Remember, for information on their 4-year bachelor degree programs, their 2-year associate degree programs, and how you can earn those degrees from the comfort of your own home, be sure to visit cwc.edu, Central Wyoming College. Make your way out here. We'll be back. It looks like it's going to be DeMarcus Noriega, maybe. No, I believe that's Warren Hernandez. Is that number 99? Yes, it is. Hernandez is going to be warming up. We'll be right back after this.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Welcome back. Talking about tornadoes, most Wyomingites have not really seen a tornado. I grew up in Kansas and tornado chased every summer with my brother. We've had quite a few moments we didn't know if we were going to get out of safely. So glad to see that. That CWC pitching change puts number 99 on the mound, Warren Hernandez. Again, he likes to load up on teriyaki chicken before games. First pitch that he throws is swung on low, right to second base, and they can't get to it in time. Another run will score. That's not what they wanted to do. And third base is no longer Taden Bowstring. It's Galeno Velarde at third. Will Velarde at shortstop, as that ball is low inside, not low. And then at second base is 38. And just off the top of my head, can't remember 38. We're going to look right here as Hernandez throws another ball inside. That one a little bit lower, ball 2. And 38. My goodness. Oh, that's John again. I forgot. John was in the game at first earlier. Now he's at second. He had that collision earlier. So there's a lot of names and numbers moved around. Strike 2 there. Well placed on the low outside corner. A lot of dropping balls by these Lobos Jr. players. And there's another one, strike 3. And that'll do it for out number 3. And that puts a long inning away for the Lobos. It's going to end up going into the fourth, 16-2. We'll be right back after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Welcome back. Before we get into the fourth inning, we do have a pitching change here for the Sox. It's going to be Paxton Stevens on the mound, and he is pitching to one of his coaches right now, Coach Jost, letting another player get in the catcher's uniform, and that guy is going to be number 22. So Mason's going to be moving to short. And then number 22 for the Black Sox, Doug Mowry, is going to go behind the plate. This will most likely be our last half inning, unless the Lobos can get at least 10 more runs. I don't know what they'll really recommend to do unless they tie it up in this inning. They would need 14 runs. So, Creed, do you think that Lander can score 14 runs here?
Yep.
You think they can?
Yeah.
Well, Creed's got faith that the Lander Lobos will tie this up here and push us into the bottom of the fourth. I apologize. So remember, any information you'd like to see about the CWC bachelor's and associate degree programs, go to cwc.edu, Central Wyoming College. Make your way out here. Creed, do you ever go to any CWC games? They have soccer games. Yeah?
Yeah.
You go to basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like basketball? Do you play basketball yourself too?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you going to play on a Little League team? Or what do they call them here? Squirt teams? Yeah?
Playmakers.
Oh, the Playmakers. That's right, from our recreation. Of course.
Yeah, I'm going to play on there.
Well, hey, man, good luck. Our recreation just got a good amount of money from from Parker Paxton, Gatorade Player of the Year this last year. He used his money And he donated to the RREC specifically towards their Playmakers League, so they got an extra $1,000 in the bank to help out young kids like Creed here. You can do the same if you want to donate to the RREC. They are located out at CWC. As we're getting more and more lightning here, no one is mentioning anything to the coaches. We don't want to stop this game and, of course, stop the comeback that Creed thinks is going to happen here. Looks like Will Velarde is going to be the first up to bat here. Creed, you don't even know what movie this is from, and you're probably going to know what this movie's from because this is based off of a movie that your name is based off of.
I know. It's Creed 2.
It's Creed 2. I think this is Rocky, actually. Yeah, there we go. He'll learn in the future who Apollo Creed is, as Velarde, very first pitch, goes foul and right off the hand of Coach Fouts over there on first base. Billy Velarde, 14 years old, has been at shortstop all day long. He's had a few good plays, had 1 or 2 errors too, but he's had a good day in the batter's box, and it begins there as well in this inning as he hits it right towards center field, gets on base to start off the 4th inning here. And Coach Carey holding his hand out looking for the bat, and the ump just throws it in front of him. And no one was in the batter's box prepping for this. And now coming out is going to be 99, Warren Hernandez. He's hoping to go to trade school after high school. He's got some time, though. He's only 13 years old. Hernandez, the new pitcher for the Lobos, watches a strike go right down the middle. Hernandez, a little lower to the ground. He can get underneath a ball or two. This pitch away, right on the outside of the box. Strike 2, though. Hernandez, just the second batter up in this 4th inning, so no outs. Runner on first, and he's not even taking a big lead. Getting a nice breeze rolling in here. Strike 2. They're going to throw to second to try and pick off Velarde. They're not going to get there in time. Velarde, well done. Good steal. Didn't even have to slide. Just walked right over. And that was actually Hernandez's strike 3.
Up to bat, number 14, Henry.
Now Henry Quiver Williamson up to bat. And everything says Williamson, but he told us Quiver at the beginning of the season, so. And he gets contact on that one. It goes about 2 feet to the right. Catcher's going to take it and throw it to first for out number 2. But Will Velarde is at third and threatened to run home. We got one heck of a fan over here working the lungs. My goodness. Now a left-handed batter comes up, number 35, Darian Herford, and his favorite movie is Creed 3. Have you seen Creed 3 yet? You have? Yeah? I haven't seen any of the Creeds, if we're being honest. I stopped after the last Rocky movie. That ball low and in for strike 1. I should watch him. I think I will someday soon. 0-1 pitch. Now going to be a 1-1 pitch as that one finds the outside low corner. Facing a left-handed batter is very different when you've been facing right-handers in practice and in the game all day long. You don't see too many, so Herford might get kind of the benefit of that here. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs. That one way low and dropped by the catcher, and the catcher keeps threatening to throw to third. Will Velarde's not scared at all. He knows that he has to take that lead off. One more out, and this game could be over anyway, so why not just take the extra space? 2-1 pitch incoming here. And swung on, low ball. Probably would have been ball 3 if he had not swung on it. Instead, we got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes 2 outs. Lander Lobos with 2 runs, looking to get 14 more before the end of this, and it's not going to happen there as ball 3. And again, the catcher, Mowry, just continually threatening Velarde, and Velarde just stares him down. Full count here, 2 outs for Hereford. And Hereford watches that ball 4 go all the way out, and we're going to run into the plate. And he never touched home plate, but he did now after the ball was dropped by Paxton Stevens. So 1 run on the board, and the comeback begins. Now coming up, number 5, which on their roster is Colton, but right now is Irvine. Irvine with 2 outs on the board, 1 runner on first. Watches that ball go low and in the dirt for ball 1. And Coach Joe's going to come out and talk to Paxton Stevens. We'll talk to Creed more. Creed, what's your favorite movie?
Creed 2.
Oh, that's right. I already asked that. What's your favorite artist, music? What do you like to listen to?
Bless the Lord, oh my soul.
Okay, I like that one as well.
It's called 10,000 Reasons.
I think my cousin sang that on a cruise ship for a talent show. I think that's exactly the song that she won on. That's a good song. Let's see, what else? Do you have a favorite TV show you like to watch?
Yeah.
What is it?
My second favorite is the second Paw Patrol because I like when Chase goes away.
Okay. Well, no pitching change here. Irvine's still in the batter's box. 1-0 pitch. Make that 2-0 pitch. It goes in the dirt. That means Hereford's going to run to second. Easily done. So with 2 outs and lightning in the background, Riverton just trying to get out of this inning. Might be the end of the night for both teams here. And now the throw goes off the glove of the catcher. And a reminder, these teams play each other quite often. Next Tuesday, they'll be playing each other again, and I think that one will probably be in Lander since this one was moved to here today. As that one is a dropped ball 4, so runners on first and second now for Lander. And yeah, these teams trying to play each other almost every Tuesday, it looks like, from our schedule here. Reminder, we have a doubleheader this weekend with the Lander senior team. That'll be Saturday, playing against Casper and then Glen Rock, I believe. We have 2 different schedules we're looking at right now. As up to bat is number 9, and that's Colton Nielsen. Looking at an 0-1 pitch to start his batting experience here in the 4th inning. And then that ball goes low and away and hits the back, and that's going to lead to runners in scoring position for Lander. The comeback feel is still alive. 2 possible scores on base. Colton looking at a 1-1 pitch here. 2 outs, though. That one right down the middle, and that was a heater. There was no changeup, no movement, no drop. That was right down the line. Now the windup on a 1-2 pitch, and that's strike 3. And that should do it with 2 runners left on base. We'll see what they decide to do right after a word from our sponsors.
For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home.
Okay, so they are going to call this at the end of the bottom of the fourth. It's going to be a 16-3 score officially as we head quickly into our Click It or Ticket post-game show, sponsored by the Wyoming Department of Transportation. Remember, only 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. Let's try and boost that up to 100. Creed, do you wear your seatbelt?
Yeah.
You need to wear your seatbelt. That's a good thing. Creed, what did you think about tonight's game?
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Well, my favorite part is my favorite part is finding out who wins and all of that stuff. And my favorite part, my brother plays in it.
Yes, he did.
He's number 99. He taught me how to play baseball. He was the one that got me into it. But when I was little, I really loved basketball because my cousin played basketball. And then my brother's like, why don't you play baseball? Basketball, you don't... Basketball, you don't like really do stuff. But baseball, you win games and all of the people you don't get, so it's not so hot. So I'm like, Mom, do I have to pick one? And then she's like, yes. And then I picked one that was baseball, my favorite one. And then my second one is basketball.
Okay, well, thank you, Creed, so much for that.
Yep.
We're going to get our players of the game here so that everyone can leave. We're going to give the Papa Murphys to Will Velarde. He had a good game all day today, and he had a good couple hits there at the end. We'll give the Gatorade to Colton Nielsen here, and Nielsen had a good hit there, or had a good day, including a hit there at the end. Other than that, we are going to head out of here. I want to thank Creed Anderson for joining me. Creed, good job today, bud.
My best friend is Farrah, and me and her are really best friends.
Good. Well, hey, Creed, say goodbye to the people here watching, okay, so we can get home.
Goodbye. I hope you have a safe night. If you're out in the country and you live by me, just relax and just watch the show.
Okay. Thank you for watching WyoToday's stream of Lander Lobos baseball. We'll be back on Saturday with a doubleheader between the senior team and the Casper Crosshairs. Thanks for joining. This has been Shawn O'Brate and Creed Anderson. We'll talk to you later.
Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.